All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, April 19th. Let's see and what I can see. So I'm learning, and the lounge is awesome, Dave. So thank you. Oh, hey Sam, good to see you here, man. Awesome. I see there's about 10 people. There's more people joining, so there's a little delay, and but we're gonna go over that. So please, um, drop a comment right now. Just tell me where you're connecting from, your name, whatever. I can see your name on the chat, and start dropping questions, questions and questions after questions. If you don't have any questions, I'm just gonna be talking, okay? And it's kind of weird because it's a broadcast, so I cannot see or hear anyone. I can just hear my voice, but it's totally cool. I'm gonna get used to it, and we're gonna go from there. All right. Okay. So if you don't want to write anything on the chat, if you want to keep your privacy, go ahead, and you can drop me a DM on LinkedIn, and I can just read from there. Whatever works for you. But yeah. So this week, everyone, this week I just got a new glasses, got a new prescription, and I was thinking about coaching and about career development when I was getting the glasses. Yeah, that's how it's top of mind for me. um every you know there's glasses for everyone, but everyone has a different prescription, right? So whatever I say here, the things I post, sometimes it might be generic, it might be specific to you, and it might not be relatable because maybe the prescription uh, it's not aligned to your exact need. However, the that's why I try to keep a principle base when I coach, when I teach, because once you get too specific, and then it starts getting a little bit muddy for people. Of course, a one-on-one coaching and training and giving strategies and ideas is much better. But at the moment, I mean, I cannot afford to talk to everyone, right? So that's one of the reasons why I created this Dayvisson GPT here, to help questions in general. If you do have specific questions, also don't hesitate to send me. I have dozens of questions that I have not replied yet. Yesterday was my birthday, and I was on LinkedIn for a little bit, but not that long. Also, I am on paternity leave, so I have a extra time here and there. The reason why I'm doing it also early at 7 a.m. Central. I mean, early is relative. I woke up at 3 a.m. today. Little side note here: I'm writing a book. Yes, I'm writing a book, and since I don't have time during the day, I have to wake up earlier and get focus time just by myself and kind of meditate and that kind of stuff. So yes, I woke up early. I went to the gym already, and I'm here to help you out. I don't see any questions here. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm thinking about doing, I see that there's about 6 people connected. I can see from my phone here. Um, can anybody, please just type? Can you just type something like "Good morning" or something on the chat so I know that this is working? I know Sam typed it earlier, but I'm just wondering if everyone is able to type. If you know what I'm planning to do, what I'm just gonna go over some of the posts that I made this week. Let me open here, and then we can just talk about it. That way you'll fill up the time. All right. So this week I go to my posts here. Okay. Let's see. I can type. I can type on LinkedIn. I cannot type on the yard stream. Disrupt your questions here. Have any otherwise? I will just. I'm just typing, talking at the same time. All right, everyone. Okay, here we go. So I did announce yesterday that I'm launching a tech sales news. It's going to be a newsletter where I'm going to be putting not only the topics that I have been discussing during the week on posts. In addition to that, I plan to put like industry trends, like openings, give suggestions, say, hey, this is how you I would approach applying for this specific role. Um, I'm going to be putting content and information for other experts as well. There's a lot of people. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm not the only one talking about job search. I have a really good friend that I follow, and he posts something really cool every day, and he's helping also people, transition to tech. So this is the more people do this, the better, the merrier, because the more people get help, right? So it's not about me, it's about you, it's about more and more people getting access to those resources and being able to make the transition, being able to go from point A to point B, and stop dreaming about point B and have a strategy, have a plan, and know how to get there. So yeah, the newsletter is cool. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a way for me also to put more things on the ground. So I'm just going back here. 6 days. Jeez, which was today's the 19th. I'm just gonna go back. Okay, the other one that I said is like, have you ever wondered? I don't see any questions here, so I'm just gonna keep talking. Hey, if you guys don't drop questions, I'm just gonna review the things. Have you ever wondered about, the bad rap about sales? Right? Everybody's in sales. Oh my gosh, my kids are the best in sales. Like seriously, like they're probably my retirement strategy right there. Because my older son, he just left for school. He's a genius. I mean, the guy is amazing. He's only 12 and he can sell anything to anyone. Um, he's gonna do really well no matter what he does. Why? Because every job requires sales. Like everything requires sales. So a lot of I know the reason why. The reason why people get a bad vibe when it comes to sales is that a lot of because of bad sellers, because of bad, bad experiences, right? So what bad sellers do, probably they don't believe the product that they sell, they don't believe the service, and they don't believe in what they do. So therefore, they compromise their own values in order to complete a transaction, which we call sales, right? However, I mean, think about it. When you go to the dentist, I mentioned the dentist in my post because they are like experts in selling, like starting from the front office to the dental hygiene, to the dentist who comes, to the closing towards the end. I mean, it's a whole funnel, it's a whole process. And the guy sends me here, even though I've been going there for 4 years with all my family. I get postcards every single month with his family picture. He's building, like a trust kind of idea. Every holiday, he sends a picture with his family. So amazing business, amazing selling. One of the best sellers we have here in town is my dentist. It's really good. He's really good at it. So hey, get over. Yeah, I mean, tech sales. Oh my gosh, there's so many opportunities that demand so much demand that like it's hard to find qualified people. But then of course, yes, Microsoft. There's millions of people applying every day, right? It's highly competitive. However, you gotta think also outside the box. There's so many other startups and SaaS companies. All the startups that come every single day, they need a sales team. In fact, the sales team Marketing and sales is the first, is the foundation of every business or every startup. And maybe if you don't have experience in sales, maybe you can start in a startup. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's like you can even make a, even the same amount of money or even better benefits. Oh, it's hard to have better benefits than Microsoft, but I mean, you can have a really pretty good job, or even work for a partner. I have a post the other day that I mentioned about partner. There's one of the most amazing people that I have met working with Microsoft is the partner ecosystem. The people, um, they're passionate about technology. They're passionate about Microsoft. They're passionate about what they do. Amazing training, amazing benefits. I mean, go forward. Like, just get your foot at the door. Uh, when I started working for tech, I honestly I didn't think specifically about IBM or Microsoft. I don't even knew this ecosystem role existed. That is like, yes, there is the top ones, the Metas and the Microsofts and the IBMs and the Salesforce and all the big ones. But hey, you have the opportunity to get into this field. Um, you do not have to work for the top 10 or the top one. And there's opportunities everywhere. But get over the whole sales misconception. A lot of tech sales has a lot to do with project management. It's a lot to do with, I don't see any questions here. We're going to keep talking. It's a lot to do with project management and all those cool stuff. So I think it was a good post. Hopefully help someone. I posted something here this week that I honestly, I'm not trying to trick any algorithm. I don't even know how LinkedIn works. This one didn't get a lot of views. It's like five people or likes or comments, whatever. But I'm not also looking for popularity contest here. But this is super important. Like, have you ever wondered what's a social selling index? So LinkedIn, they have something called SSI, which is the let's if you think about it, it's a KPI of your social selling abilities. Let's just say that. So I think it's good to know. It talks about basically they measure your profile and how you interact and what the things you do. It's basically there's four areas: professional brand, finding the right people, engaging with insights, and building relationships. Those are the four areas. Um, what happened is after they measure all that, they give a score, and I put the link on the chat, or you can just Google whatever social selling index on LinkedIn. It's free. Get it. Find out where you are. It doesn't matter where you are at this point, but it's good to know. Okay, I am trying to get better at my job search. I'm trying to get better at my personal branding. Here's where I am. And then you have your number. And then a month later, if you see a progress, hey, progress is progress, right? You don't you don't want to go backwards. You don't want to be like have a score of X and then go minus 2x. You go for plus 2x. So it's just for to get started. A great amazing example, Microsoft. He he's known to be the number one social selling. I shout out Carson. He's one of our managers in my team, the Tech for Social Impact. He's amazing. The guy is unbelievable. I don't know how he does. There's probably 10 Carsons on there. I joke. He has uh, a system he developed. It works for him, and he's amazing at connecting with people and selling and bringing leads and opening doors. He can open any door. That's his. He probably should create a T-shirt say I can open any door. Uh, and it's true. He's super successful, and he's the number one. I think I'm number two. I'm no idea, but on the team social index score, it says that I'm number two. So who I think Carson's number one. I don't know, but kudos for him. He's amazing, and I'm not. Again, I'm not trying to compete with Carson at all. We have different skills with different stages in our career. He's an example for me, and I love the guy, and he's great. He's been a blessing for our team, and uh, and I think about here. I think about SSI Social Selling Index. He's probably top 1% on everything. Awesome. So go ahead and get yours. Like don't waste time. It's important. Let me drink some water here. All right, let's go down. Actually, let me go back here for just a second. This is cool. I don't see any questions on the chat. Can you just say something in the chat? Hey, Dayson, I like your T-shirt or Happy Friday. If nobody says anything here, I'm assuming that this is not working. So I don't know. It says here I can't post comments to LinkedIn. I can't. I can go on my phone and post, but I cannot see uh, uh, from the StreamYard transmission here. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm gonna go down my posts here and then the other one I posted. It's I posted a picture of my family. I had Desmond and Calvin, my two older sons, and my wife. It was about the same year that I started working for IBM. Prior to that, I was working for New York Life. New York Life, by the way, if you want to work for an insurance company, investments, amazing company, amazing training. I love all the people, my managers, my mentors. I was having the time of my life, but it was a little bit challenging, moving to Dallas and not knowing anybody, trying to build my network. I did my best for 2 years, 100% commission. Some days, some months I'll do really good, other months not so well. So it's not very stable. And talking to my wife, you know, looking for that stability, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for a regular job. And with my MBA, my experience in sales and operations management, and all the my background, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for uh, one of the top technology companies. I knew technology for a long time because I'm always studying, learning new things, and I always wanted to get more techy and get more certifications. I'm like, I gotta go to technology. So went to IBM. Uh, they were looking. Actually, I found a post on LinkedIn, which, by the way, almost every single job that I have found since college, internships, network connections, partnerships, name it, LinkedIn, LinkedIn. If you can learn how to use LinkedIn, the life will change. There's so many things that you can do on LinkedIn. I probably use 40% of the capabilities, and I still reap the benefits from that. And I saw that posting on LinkedIn, which, by the way, and a little tip here: you need to know your strengths, right? When you're like, I call it superpowers. So one of my superpowers is that I speak Portuguese, English, Spanish, right? I'm from Brazil, sou brasileiro, falo português, pero também hablo espanhol, e, e in English, of course, right? But so it's looking for jobs. They're looking for a trilingual seller. I was like, hey, it's me. I'm a trilingual seller. Oh, they're looking for technology. That's not me. That will be me in the future. I'm gonna learn this thing and I'm gonna apply for it. So I applied. I come for the interview. Oh my gosh, first interview, embarrassing because they're asking me all these questions about VPN and IP, and I'm like, well, what? What are you talking about? Last time I worked at a computer was like 20 years ago. I know many years ago. Well, actually, my very, very, very first job when I was 17, I was building computers. Yeah, long time ago. So I knew a little bit. I knew a little bit, but they were talking about this cloud thing. I'm like, what is a cloud? I can see the clouds outside. I'm like, what is this thing? I had no idea. Seriously, I had to learn everything from scratch. But they liked my personality. So if you think about it, no like and trust, right? When you're looking for something, it's those three buckets. No like and trust. So they got to know me. They saw my resume, saw my LinkedIn. They know now interviews, getting to know me, and they kind of liked me. Like, I think he's gonna do it. The final interview was like a panel of a bunch of managers, and it was during college. Every almost every summer, I went to knock doors, selling. So I did a demo of how to sell pest control, like nothing to do with technology, but I got the job first day. Boom! Oh my gosh! I had to learn the whole cloud thing, and I had to learn English and Portuguese and Spanish. Yes, I had to learn four languages at the same time. The technology language in three others. So yes, it was amazing. Cool. Yeah, I was getting phone calls in English, and which I didn't know what was going on, and then I was sometimes having to answer an email in Portuguese, and I'm gonna jump on a call in Spanish. Yes, it was really cool. Completely out of my comfort zone, but then I am so super excited to learn this thing, and I became like the number one learner at IBM year over year or whatever, like the top 5% because as I was getting certifications, I was learning asking questions. I wasn't afraid of saying I don't know everything. So when you transition to tech sales, don't be afraid to not know stuff. Don't be afraid of not knowing stuff because most of those companies, the big companies especially, like IBM, Microsoft, they will teach you. They will teach you. Of course, if you know things before, it's much better. But if you don't, it's okay too. So learn everything. Um, and yeah, I had a good time. So I on this post, I put it like, how can you get to know yourself better, right? You need to know your strengths. You need to know your abilities. You need to know the things that sets yourself apart. For me, the key to open that door, transitioning to technology, it was the language skills. And then, Dayvisson got lucky. No, got lucky. Studying English for many many years is like getting lucky. Studying Spanish, even though I'm Brazilian, is that getting lucky? No, I had that skill. I developed that skill, so that helped me open that door. And then I had to learn everything else. So your ability to learn, be flexible, being comfortable with uncomfortability, it's very important. So get to know yourself better. That's gonna give you a huge competitive advantage in any job, in tech sales or whatever you do. That was my post. I'm going down here, and then another one this week was even when we do our best to plan and execute our goals, life can take many unexpected turns. I'm trying to remember here. Yeah, that was probably when. Da, 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 da. Is it Saturday? Yeah, usually. So on Saturdays I post. I try to keep it like more personal. Talk about my life and stuff. But yeah, the it was. I made many many plans in my life since I left Brazil over 20 years ago. Crazy entrepreneurial venture, right? Coming to a country not knowing the language, and I have to learn everything and then find my way around. Uh, and also, what on my post, what I post is that yeah, during my wife's grad school, I had to work nights. I had to work nights, so she would be able to go and study. It was rough. It was hard. I would come home at night, and I would have to, uh, you know, instead of going to bed sleep, I would have to watch my son, and I'll take him to school where she'll feed him. I'll bring him back. I'll take a nap. Anyways, it was crazy, but we made it, and we learned through challenges, right? During the challenging times is when we learn the most, and we expect to be challenged in the tech industry. Expect to be challenged in sales. I mean, sales. Um, I like to think that's high risk, high return. right? There is the risk, of the uncertainty, but that actually excites me. But there is also, the benefits, the returns, right? For me, going back to the post here, we are either winning or learning. We're never losing. This is we have to reframe that word loss to learn, right? As long as you're learning and you're not giving up, you're never failing. Like keep learning, don't give up, forget about failing. Um, if we all go through problems, and we are gonna go through different challenges in our life, different storms. Don't I said don't be fooled that with the social media highlight, because a lot of times we see Davidson's crushing, man, he's a Microsoft, and man, this and that. I have my own challenges, I have my own problems, and sometimes we see someone's marriage is better or someone's work is better. No, like we all are in different stages. Like we all have different problems. We all have different things to overcome. Um, yeah, so just take the weekends, recharge, go serve, do something good for someone else. That's the best way to uplift yourself and to feel fulfilled in your life and move on. Like move on, right? Those are uh, basically the posts that I put it this week, I believe. Um, it's almost 30 minutes. I've been talking here. Hopefully, this is helpful. I see there's about six people. Um, I mean, if there is 600, 6,000, for me, it's the same. I swear, I just wanna. If this can help someone today, great. If you can let other people know, and so they can come and listen, even better. Like, of course, if this message goes to more people, it's better. I'm not stupid either. Like, if it goes viral, even better, right? Because it's gonna help even more people. But that's not my goal here. There is a really cool post that I put it, and I used ChatGPT. And I was last week. Create a masterpiece resume by following these three simple steps. So there's a book that I'm reading. Hold on for a second. My mouth is dry here. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna talk for an hour. See you, my son. I thought he was gone. Um, I'm actually here on my shed. I just built this thing. I'll show you really fast. I don't know if you can see. This you see, I'm sleeping in the floor. Like when my son, I was working out of the closet, and then now I have this shed. I'm super excited to be here. There's more privacy for me to work. Um, so here we go. Create a masterpiece resume. So I am reading this book called 10x is better than 2x, and Benjamin Hardy he uses analogy about the Pope and Michelangelo. So when the Pope asked Michelangelo about the secrets of his genius, particularly in regards to the statue of David, Michelangelo explained, "It's simple. I just remove everything that's not David." Uh, so basically, for your resume, goodness, remove everything that's not you. I mean, that's not you. I'm sorry, because I'm thinking about the David analogy. Remove everything that's fluffy. That's not relevant. That's old. That's not relation to the job that you're applying. That's not going to add any value. It's just going to keep recruiters mad because they're getting a resume and wasting 6 seconds of their life. Look at your resume. So remove. Have them look at your resume and be like, wow. Like, we look at David and like, oh my gosh, how this guy was able to make this thing. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, how masterpiece, right? Your resume needs to be a masterpiece. Um, and I gave a few suggestions. Um, And I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna keep going, guys. If you guys don't drop any questions, that means you guys are liking what I'm saying. So I'm gonna keep talking. So there is three things that I talked about it for each. So this is I usually tell people when I coach, right? For each job description, sometimes, oh my gosh, it's half of a page and it's one job. I'm like, no, but I was there for 6 years. Who cares? Nobody cares if you're there for 10 years. Like, find out three stories. The resume is a hook. The resume is a hook. Again, fishing hook. You throw your resume and you pull it back. You want to get recruiters back, right? Hiring managers. Uh, it's just a hook. You don't have to have everything. You're gonna put the whole fish on the hook or the whole like snake. Just not the whole chicken. You just put a little piece, unless you like try to get sharks. Just put a little piece um, of information, right? And here's the cool thing about when you do that. Let's say on your last job, and you have three bullet points. You're literally setting up your interview questions. But listen to me carefully. This is really tricky and really important. When you put in your resume, it's guiding what kind of questions uh, the recruiter and the hiring managers, the type of things they're gonna be asking you. You're guiding them. Use the stories they wanted them to ask questions about it that you're proud of. That you're like, when I if they ask me about this, I can go deep and deep and deep and talk about it. So have one job, two or three bullet points, and then each bullet points should tell a story. Each bullet point should tell a story. Each story needs to be having numbers, be quantitative. It needs to be measurable. Let's say, especially if you're in sales. Like sales is all about numbers and numbers and numbers. There's so many numbers in spreadsheets and things that I need to look at it that I get lost sometimes. But that's how the language that we speak. So you have to have numbers on your resume. Uh, Put examples and stories that will reinforce that you qualify for the role. Again, don't put any amazing story that has nothing to do with the role. Like it's irrelevant. Remove everything that's not David. Remove everything that's not part of this masterpiece. Um, Make sure that the keyword and then the last one here. Make sure that the same keywords from the job description can be found in your resume. I'm found guilty of this. Sometimes when I apply, I don't have time. I'm like, oh, gosh, I just need to apply for this thing, and I just send. It just stays there, right? Because unless, hey, listen to this carefully. Unless you have, someone else to help to get their resume and give in the hands of someone, right? You know, the whole trust. Someone that you trust is giving that recommendation. Then your resume is important, but honestly, it's not the number one thing. But let's say if you're starting from scratch, you transition to tech, you don't know anybody in the company, and you're trying to break in, your resume needs to be the most important thing you do first. That's probably 20%. I'm not saying that's the most important thing you do at first. What you do after is a whole new thing. Resume is probably 20% of the story. You have the other 80 there. Um, it's the bucket of like and trust, right? So we can talk more about that later. But at the end of the day, go back to the post. You can read. It's post number 27. I mean, you can't control the government. You can't control the economy. You can't control the weather. You cannot control what the hiring manager is going to be thinking. I mean, he can literally be jumping from another call to a bad call to an interview. He can be like feeding his baby and then jumping to an interview. I mean, he can be in the car late for another meeting. I mean, you cannot control the people. You can control yourself sometimes, but you can control what goes in your resume. There you go. You can control what goes in your resume. It's your responsibility only, 100% on you. Uh, yes, if you don't have time, fine. If you don't have time, I mean, it took time for Michelangelo to make David, right? But um, it it's it's boring, but it's part of the process. It's part of the process. So you just have to embrace it. And that was from last week, and I think, yeah. Let me go back here. I'm gonna pause for a second. So what I'm gonna do on Fridays, I call this on GPT because you can ask me anything, and I'll do my best to answer. I see some hesitation of people asking questions. Maybe you don't have questions. Maybe you just want to listen. It's totally fine. Totally cool as well. What I'm gonna do, if I get questions during the week, I don't have time to jump on calls during the during the day all the time and answer questions. So I'm gonna get all those questions and I'm gonna answer here. After I answer all those questions for my posts, questions for my my direct messaging. Then after I answer all those questions, I'm gonna go over my posts and I'm gonna dive deeper into my posts and talk more about it. Sometimes the written version and the spoken version can be different. So I'm totally cool to do that. It's 1 hour that I want to dedicate for you and to share cool things. Also, also, I did an interview 2 weeks ago with, see if I can post here, with really cool people from Power Up. They do hire, they help partners of Microsoft to hire new talent, and I would totally follow them if I were you. They would talk to me and say, "Hey, Daveson, can you interview and talk about the life of business apps, business application, and a tech seller at Microsoft?" I was like, "Totally, let's do it." So I'm looking here for the link of the interview. Give me a second. I'll put in the post. It might help someone. Sure. Let me go back here. All right. Because I answered a bunch of questions there. I'm gonna copy and paste here. Let's see. The full interview. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Control C. How can I do this? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll share it with you right now. Um, there you go. Give a like if you can see. That's the interview that I gave. Failed to post in the comments. Shoot. Hey, Mike. Look at you. Good to see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mike is the best. He's a technical seller. We work together on a day to day, um, helping clients, and I have been gone for 2 months. he's he's probably like, Dave said, you're just having fun over there. I'm getting crammed here. Calls. I see a question here, Melissa. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Hi, Daveson. I need training with Power Automate. Where can I sign up for classes? Great question, Melissa. Guess what? There's tons and tons and tons of training and resources for free. If you Google right now, no, don't Google anymore. Just go to Copilot, right? Which is used to be Bing, now it's Copilot. Much better. I worked for Google before, but Copilot's better. Go for Copilot and type uh, shoot Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn, and the same information that's there that I got certified in for Power Automate for Power Platform, for example. The same trainings there for free for anybody, for the public. Uh, Microsoft out they all have challenges, and they always have what is it? Shoot, what's the word? Boot camps? No, I can't think about the word right now. But you can complete those training, and then you can get a certification voucher. You don't even have to pay to get certified. But yes, Power Automate is one of the best solutions we have. Um, in fact, with AI now, you can literally ask a couple of questions and Power Automate and Power Apps. You can build an app. You can build applications, and it used to take um, months. With like 2 or 3 developers, you can do it in like 5 minutes. Seriously, like I used to work for IBM like 7 years ago, and when I started selling this machine learning technology, literally the developers, my clients would call me, and they would be like, "Hey, uh, I need to build a chatbot." I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go, let's do it. We have the technology, we can totally do that for you." And then they would be like, "Okay, so what we do from here?" I was like, "Well, you have to do this and this and that, and then you have to train the bot." And I'm not very technical on that side, but then we'll give them step by step. It would take like weeks, literally in months. Sometimes it wouldn't even finish. Right now, you can literally, if you learn how to use Power Automate, Power Platform, you can literally get the link from the website, from the site. You can put in like a little prompt, and you can say, "Build me a chatbot based on this website," and the bot will be built. It will answer any questions from that site. It's literally you can build your own chat GPT. It's crazy. It is. I would highly recommend you to learn Power Platform. If you learn that, you can go. It's an entry door to work for Microsoft. It's an entry door to work for partners. Highly recommend. Great question, Melissa. Um, and they do have classes. In Microsoft Learn. Go spend like 1 hour there. Just click, 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 and oh yes, you are the man. I love you, man. Elwin, let me show you. Let me see though, because I'm live on this thing here, and let me see if I can show you right now. I think I can share the screen. Give me a second. You're putting me on the spot here, Elwin. You're gonna have to pay me some lunch someday. Let's see. This just kidding. Uh, okay. I was gonna talk to you about this. I don't know what this is. Um, Let me go to Microsoft. Oh shoot, Microsoft Learn. All right, so this is the site. Stay here. You can spend a whole week here. This is the best resource that you can have. In fact, you can register for Microsoft events. And Melissa, Microsoft Build is probably the biggest Microsoft event that we have, specifically on Power Platform. So you like it's May 21st. If I were you, I'll totally 100% click on this button here, register for. You can watch online. You're gonna be able to go to. dozens of training on only Power Automate. And you're gonna learn from the experts, the people who actually create the product. Totally do it. So click, click, click right here. Look, I'll show you right now. Oh, no way, something went wrong. That's a bad life. Oh, there you go. How will AI shape your future in Seattle and online? Online is free, guys. Register. It's cool stuff. I mean, I talk about it all the time. The best way to transition to tech, you don't have to. You don't need to know 100%, but the likelihood of you getting a job in Microsoft, if you know Microsoft stuff, it's much higher, right? So don't waste time. Register for Microsoft Build. So let's go back here to Microsoft Learn. You can search anything here. Learn by doing. There's training. Better than classes, Melissa. Is just go through the tutorials and go through the practical examples because that's how you can showcase your skills. That's how you can learn how to do it. Sometimes in classrooms, I'm talking to myself now. Sometimes I'm reading all the stuff. I'm listening to all the stuff, and then I go home and then I'm changing diapers and whatever. I'm cooking and I forget everything. If I uh, if I do, I remember, right? So take the training by doing. This is really cool. I won't click on everything here. I'm just gonna give you an overview of this page. But find the technical documentation for anything. Showcase your skill. You can guess. This is so cool. This is new, by the way. Listen, look at this. I'm so excited. I'm gonna show this just a second. I'm so glad, Ewan, that you asked me to show this live. Great idea. Uh, but look at this. 15% on average. Certified employees earn 15% more. 61% upon earning certification, they get a promotion. 9% Microsoft certified developers are 9% more productive. I mean, it's this is the place to hang out. Come here. Virtual training days is about the classrooms that you're asking. You can come here. Let's click. There's a schedule. It goes by location. It goes by country. It goes by day, by hour. I mean, stuff is paid. Stuff is free. It's so much that you might get lost here. Don't blame me if you get lost here. But you're gonna get lost. Before joining Microsoft, I was lost on this stuff here. I had three Microsoft certifications. I had hours and hours of learning here. Does that mean that I'm like the smartest guy? No, like I'm probably the least of the least in my team. But you learn the language, you learn the lingo, you learn the words, you learn how to communicate, right? Because I'm in sales, so I need to learn the language of stuff. And sometimes it's not about just be able to talk about it, but be able to listen and translate and understand, right? That's the most important. When I first started at IBM, my manager, bless his heart, he was like, "Hey, Davidson, don't worry. It might take like 2 years for you to just what 2 years, 2 years." Yeah, it's like about 2 years just for you. So you kind of know what's going on this world of cloud. And it's true. There's just so much. There's so much information. Also, things change like rapidly. Like I have been out for about uh, 2 months, and a lot of stuff changed. Names have changed of products. New products have been launched. So it's I was learning. I was learning every day, all day. So come Microsoft Learn, explore here all the things that are available. This is an amazing tool. Boot camps. They also have hackathons. Hackathons, do the hackathons. Get to know Microsoft employees. All those things you can find here. I'm not gonna be able to show everything, but here I want to show you before I close here. Microsoft certifications. You can browse what kind of Microsoft certifications you want. But this is what's really cool that I actually want to start doing it more. It's called the Microsoft Apply the Skills. You see the word applied? This is the key here. You go through a specific training that is almost like a lab, and then you kind of go through a certification process, and then you can prove yourself. It's like it's a stepstone for the real Microsoft certification. But I actually like think that this is could be even more important because you're gonna learn by practicing, right? So let's see on Power Microsoft platform. Create and manage automated processes by using Power Automate. Boom. Right? That's the question you asked how to use. So then you go here to there's a level. It's kind of intermediate. But to warrant this Microsoft Applied Credential, learners demonstrate the ability to create and manage automated process with Power Automate. Oh my gosh! If you can say that on the interview process, and then you can say, "Hey, this is the project that I did, and this is the results." Boom! Right there. Like you can prove that you can take the assessment. By the way, you put the assessment badge on your certification, on your resume. Put the badge on your LinkedIn. Boom! Right? This is what recruiters are looking for. This is what hiring managers are looking for. Okay, fine. This person, he is not Microsoft. Of course, he's trying to work for Microsoft. Yes, he doesn't have all the experience at Microsoft, of course, because he's trying to join us. But he took the time. He found Microsoft Learn. He took the time to go through some training, official Microsoft training. He got a certification badge that proves that he can create and manage automated process by using Power Automate. And he created like some sort of automation that reduced by 20% of the time that his team was spending to create spreadsheets on Excel, whatever. I'm just blowing out of an example here. That's a story. That's a bullet point that they're gonna ask about it, and that's what you need on your masterpiece resume, right? Hopefully this makes sense. So yeah, um, use Microsoft Learn. Uh, there's tons and tons of cool stuff here. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. Maybe a thumbs up there. Is anybody here still? Oh, show us how to create a chatbot. No, not today. I'm not gonna give a demo right now. But hey, that's a good point. I want to focus in job search strategies and how to get jobs. My host here, my friend, reach out to us. We'll show you how to build a chatbot. Uh, yeah, I want to reserve this time here for job search strategies and how you can land your next job in tech. But yeah, if I have a downtime sometime, that will be something cool to do. But Microsoft technology is amazing. You can learn for yourself. I told you at the beginning of the call, I'm writing a book, and what I do, I write everything. I I write, for example, one page, and then I can copy and paste that page on ChatGPT Copilot and say, hey, can you please edit, remove all the, I'm from Brazil. Like, think about it. Like, you can hear an accent. Sometimes I say things that are not right. I mean, I own it. Like, it's not my first language, and it is what it is. I try to do better all the time, um, but ChatGPT, for example, some things I write, some things my wife's she used to teach English as well, so she's always correcting me, which is fine. Um, but ChatGPT can do that. It can edit. not only correct your grammar or whatever, or something that you typed wrong, but it can give a different ideas of how you can structure the phrase. Don't have ChatGPT to write a book for you. Say, write me a book, but no, that's baloney. Like you want to be authentic, you want to do your own thing, write your page, and then have ChatGPT, Copilot, uh, help you. You're the pilot. Copilot will just tweak a little bit, help, and make sound better. So you don't have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to an editor to edit your book after you finish, right? Maybe you can even still pay. Hey, I'm not firing all the editors here. I'm sorry if I meant that way. No, but you still use the professional. Do your work first, you know, and they'll save instead of paying for 10 hours of an official book editor. Pay for two or one and use Copilot for free to help you on the other night, right? So yeah, that's the deal. We're getting to a close here. It's almost an hour, and this is fun. I'm so glad I had this idea. It's listen. It's gonna help me become a better speaker, right? To communicate my message. Uh, it's gonna help someone out there who's listening to maybe someone that's not here today. It's gonna open um this video and listen to it. I don't know, or maybe a month from now, someone's gonna listen to and then go to Microsoft Learn. I don't know. You can only drop the seeds and the fruits you cannot control, right? I'm dropping seeds, everyone. My goal, I have been a career coach and a job search strategy for so long. I have done for free my entire life. I have opened a nonprofit recently this year to help college students land their first job. If you have a college age kids out there, send them to Kalangu. Join kalangu.org. Pitching my nonprofit here. I'm in sales, guys. Come on. Um, Join kalangu.org. Follow us on LinkedIn, whatever. There's tips and strategies there. We had a full boot camp, a full class for free, and students went there. They already had great benefits. We're coming this summer with different things, different speakers, and different people. So I'm just trying. I'm just a busy dad here. Um, Sometimes I mumble. Sometimes people don't understand my accent. But whatever. I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna keep doing my best. And I'll see you next Friday. All right. This is great. I'll be here. I'll keep posting every day. Uh, the newsletter is coming next week, and I'll be here next Friday. So I'm not going anywhere. I'll see you, and it's been great today. Thank you so much, everyone, and bye bye.